at length about this earlier, because you think that's just the sort of match that Raducanu needs more of.
I do think so. I think she's been in an odd situation where so many of her matches she has kind of steamrolled through her opponents for different reasons, and I think we haven't seen enough, and I don't think she's had enough matches like this where she's been really tested and where maybe the matchup hasn't been so much in her favour. So I think it's actually a really good growing experience for her, because these are the matches where eventually, as she becomes more and more resilient physically, that she will just become that much more a resilient competitor, and these are the matches that ultimately I think you play the most of in your career.
And let's not forget that that wasn't the only surprise yesterday. In fact, much more of a shock was the fact that Coco Gauff has gone. Even more possibly of a shock than Iga Swiatek, the top seed, going, because her grass court form hadn't been great. But Coco Gauff, we're all thinking, well, here we go. She's going to be the next Wimbledon champion.
Sport, there's nothing certain. There are no certainties in sport, are there? That's the beauty of it. That's why we love it. Is that you have to come out, and regardless of your opponent, you have to bring your best level. These are the very best players on the planet that are coming out here to compete against one another, and you have to be absolutely on your game every single day to give yourself a chance.
What was fascinating yesterday was not just that Emma Navarro played so well, and she's a new name as far as we're concerned at these latter stages at Wimbledon, but also that Coco Gauff, you're allowed coaching on court now, and she seemed to have quite a disagreement with Brad Gilbert and JC, Jean-Christophe Farrell, her coaching team, because tactically, whatever they had told her to do, she's saying, well, it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting situation. I think also when you're not feeling great out there, and I think her forehand side was really breaking down by the end, it does exacerbate everything else in the game. And when things aren't going your way, you know, you do tend to then look outside of the court. You can look outside of the court, and you try to, you know, offload energy, offload stress, but ultimately it just completely losing clarity of what to do out there. At the end of the day, she's the one that has to problem solve as well.
Brad Gilbert unable to do it on her behalf, but Emma Navarro it was who came through, and Ash, that is okay. I'll tell you who predicted this: Tracy Austin, and she knows the whole team behind Emma Navarro. She knows Emma really well. She said she'll beat Gauff, and she now thinks she could win the title.
She's got such a simple game, Emma. She's out here, and you can just see in her mannerism. She's very calm. She's very collected, and tactically last night she was exceptional. She broke down that Gauff forehand, and it was, yes, of course, maybe Coco wasn't feeling as comfortable, but Emma was able to force that feeling and force that frustration, and she has kind of moved through the draw quite seamlessly against some big names on big courts, and she knows how to handle herself. So I think she is definitely a smoky moving through these next few rounds.
A smoky. What does that mean?
Is that an Aussie term? Like a dark horse, an underdog?
I like it.
Smoky.
She's a smoky. Thank you so much to Ash and to Joe. Interestingly, players will be out here on centre court very shortly. We'll just bring you up to date with Alina Svitolina. We saw her take that crucial second set break against Wang Jinyu, the player who knocked out Harriet Dart. Match point rapidly followed, and Alina Svitolina is through to the quarterfinals. And she will meet Elena Rybakina, who we saw earlier come through because of the unfortunate withdrawal of Anna Kalinskaya. But Svitolina there, a semi-finalist last year. Would love that chance again. Now live shots, Taylor Fritz leading the way from Alexander Zverev. And they get a warm reception from the crowd here on centre, who've had a good half-hour break because there was a bit more of a gap than they were anticipating. Zverev all smiles. He loved the fact that Pep Guardiola was here on Saturday, but Tim Henman's alongside me. Zverev wasn't wearing that knee brace, was he, on Saturday?
No, absolutely not. But that is a result of the bad fall that he had against Norrie when he was moving forward for a drop shot, and he really had a heavy tumble, sort of hyperextended his left knee, and I think I'm right in saying that Novak Djokovic supplied him with that knee brace, so fingers crossed that's not going to be another issue.
No, exactly, fingers crossed. And actually Djokovic, interestingly, has been just saying the odd thing of, you all think I'm moving well, but I promise you it's not as easy as it looks. So that will be the third match on centre court, Novak Djokovic against Holger Rune, and it will be a real humdinger. And with the roof closed, the noise that Rune makes when he hits good shots and roars, it'll be really good. Tim, you'll know the answer to this. Is the roof staying closed throughout the afternoon and evening now?
Well, certainly for this match. I mean, it's will depend on the weather radar. There's a couple of weather radars in the referee's office looking at the localised area and the sort of long-range forecast. So I think given how challenging the weather has been, if there's any sort of doubt, if there's any sign of rain in the area, the roof will remain shut and get on with things. But certainly now, once this match is underway, it will stay shut until this one's finished.
So Alexander Zverev there on the left, the current Olympic champion. He's the 4th seed here, comes here after a good run at the French Open where he made it to the final. He was beaten by Carlos Alcaraz. And Zverev, interesting, his serve is very strong at these championships.
It certainly is, Claire. I mean, I think yet to drop serve. He's just been absolutely incredible with the power, the consistency and the control. And you know, it's amazing in the past how his serve varied from first serve to second serve. First serve's always been a big weapon, but the second serve was a liability. Now he's brought so much more consistency, changed his ball toss a little bit lower, and that's a huge reason why he's playing so well at the moment.
So the pressure will be on Taylor Fritz in your shot now to return and really return well. He won Eastbourne for the 3rd time just 10 days ago. Both his parents, interestingly, were professional players. His mother, Kathy, made it into the top 10. He's trying to reach the quarterfinals for the 2nd time. And he spoke to Simon Mundy after his 3rd round victory over Alejandro Tabulo.
In the half-light of the early evening here in southwest London, it is the 13th seed Taylor Fritz who prevailed.
Taylor, into the 4th round. Congratulations. Pleased with your form?
Today I played a very good match. I'm really happy with how I played today.
It's a box office last 16 encounter with Alex Zverev. I've really noticed some big improvements in his game, particularly on the forehand side. Is that something you've noticed too?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we played in Rome, I mean, it's the best. I feel like he's hit his forehand against me. I think I try to go after his backhands. Extremely good. So there's not many holes in his backhand, and obviously he serves so well. I'm hoping grass will maybe favor me a bit more in I guess attacking that side, but it's definitely improved.
You've both got weapons.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to come down to it is going to be a lot about serving. He's one of the best servers on tour. And I need to serve well to make sure I'm holding and putting pressure on his serve, because it's just one of those, I let him get some breaks on me that it's going to